You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and first-timer on Ron Siegel Radio, Dalip Jaggi. Welcome.
Hey, Ron, how you doing? Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, it's a beautiful day, Ron Siegel Radio. We celebrate every day. And today, and my team may not like me saying this, but today is National I Am in Control Day.
It is what it is.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to let my team know that. I will not say that around my wife because you know that being married, I am never in control. Now, let's see what else. National Virtual Vacation Day. That's pretty par for this year, right? I mean, virtually we're on vacation. We're not really on vacation. For a different way, today's National Pencil Day. I don't know if they're talking about any other kind of pencil other than, well, it's my Apple Pencil. Does that count as a pencil? Turkey Neck Soup Day. National Doctors Day. Yeah, we need some of those. Isn't there something good to eat on this day? I mean, I always like finding something good. Almost every day we've got some. Well, we'll just skip to tomorrow. National Clams on the Half Shell Day. Okay, having beaten anorexia, I'll take that one. Let's see what the markets are doing today. We better get on with it. Dow Jones now down 136 points. S&P 500 down 15 points. NASDAQ down 39 points. Oil's down $1.09 per barrel. Do you want to know what that means to you and me? Well, maybe you want to buy some gasoline today, and maybe you want to pay $2.59 a gallon. Not here in Calizuela. You have to be Mississippi to get that. Maybe you want to pay $3.66 a gallon. Yeah, once again, that would not be here in Calizuela. That would be in Hawaii. Here in the beautiful state of Calizuela, we're paying $3.90 a gallon. That's the average price of a regular gallon of unleaded gas. I guess I'm dating myself when I say unleaded gasoline, because do we have anything other than unleaded now? National average, $2.87. So $3.90, $2.87. Yeah, we're paying over $1 a gallon more for gasoline here in Calizuela than the rest of the country. Maybe it's because the tankers come into Calizuela and the refineries are here in Calizuela. But, go on to Facebook and they're going to tell you that it has nothing to do with presidential politics or policy. Yeah, well, I guess it's just a mystery that this happened. Hey, something? We are right now at the end of March. If you're listening to us live as we broadcast right here on Ron Siegel Radio on the Ron Siegel Radio.tv or the AM 1490 ABC News and Talk stations. So it's the end of March. Are we prepared for probably another April Fool's joke? I think it's coming. No one's talking about it, but do you really believe that Volkswagen is going to change their name to Volkswagen, VOLT, not VOLK? Yeah, well, they're coming out. They've said that they're changing the name to Volkswagen because they're going to be doing so much in the electric car. I have a feeling, what was it a couple years ago IHOP did, where they were going to be the International House of Burgers? Yeah, I don't think this Volkswagen thing is legit, but hey, it's out there, so I thought we might chat about it today. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Is there anything going on the border? Maybe there's some border stuff going on that we should talk about. Yeah, the Biden administration, yeah, they don't want to know what's going on down there. Let's also take a look. Hey, you know something? I found this one fascinating. It's getting a lot of commentary today. The Biden administration talking about their $3 trillion infrastructure bill. Ow! Yeah, $3 trillion. And they're gonna pay for that by raising taxes only on the people that earn over $400,000 a year or more. But here's the catch that no one's going to tell you about. You're only going to hear about it on Ron Siegel Radio unless they black us out again. But they're also talking about getting rid of those the state and local tax cuts or implications that were brought on by the Trump administration. Who does that benefit? Yeah, it's only the rich and wealthy get the benefit of those of getting rid of that moratorium, so to speak, right? So you'll if they get this through, the rich and famous, they'll get to write off all their mortgage interest deductions, all their taxes, all their state and local taxes. Yeah, for you and I, the average working folk, yeah, we don't care about that, do we? Yeah, that's a bailout or a handout from the administration and from Congress just to the rich and famous. I'm just throwing that out there for you. What else is going on? 19 Republican senators visiting the border. President, vice president, yeah, they're not going to go down there. They don't want anybody to see that. Why? Well, did you hear the president the other day? I don't want to make a spectacle. I don't want to get in the way. You know what happens when a president goes anywhere? Yes, the Secret Service goes, but so does a big media pool. And they probably don't want the people to see what's going on at the border, right? They don't want to see a facility made for 50 people having 500 people in it. Now, they don't want to see that. That might ruin their narrative down there along the border. But hey, you know something? If we listen to Dr. Fauci, Dr. Birx, we're going to be wearing our masks for the rest of our life, right? They said bring the masks back, even though we've got now a massive amount of people have been vaccinated in the U.S. I was just listening to a story this morning. How long do you think it took to stop the food rationing after the Depression? Yeah, now, this is after the Depression. After the Depression. So if we were to say we're done with this pandemic, how long do you think they're going to want us to continue wearing masks? Well, if they follow the Great Depression, probably 4 to 6 years. 4 to 6 years.
Nothing like a little air superiority.
Do you think it's for your health benefits, or is it for the benefit of politicians wanting to exert control over us? We know what the answer is, right? Because we're watching. Texas, they had their, until we started importing COVID, right, from the border, but they get rid of the mask mandate, their cases of COVID drop. Florida, they get rid of the mask mandate, their cases drop. I wonder why they don't want to talk about that, but we've got a dark day coming if we listen to the people from the CDC. Did you see that lady from the CDC? Doesn't matter, lady, whatever, doctor from the CDC saying we've got dark days coming. So why are we wearing the masks in the first place? Why are we getting vaccinated in the first place? Why are we social distancing in the first place? If it's dark days coming, why not just get rid of all this stuff and enjoy our lives if it's dark days coming? Well, Governor DeSantis looks like he'll probably be suing the CDC. Yeah, he's the governor of Florida. The CDC does not want it. Wants us to have to get a vaccine passport in order to go on a cruise ship. Governor DeSantis says, you know something, I don't think that's necessary, so we'll see if it's constitutional as well. Boy, wouldn't that be fascinating to see that these mandates are not constitutional, that we didn't have to be doing all these things that we've been doing? And moving right along, cancel culture. Yeah, the cancel culture probably is not very well versed in sports, right? Because they're saying because Georgia came out with these things to protect the integrity of elections in the state, They want people to boycott the Masters tournament. They're probably not smart enough to realize that this was tried already once before. They said, the women's movement, when they were not allowing any women to be members of Augusta National, the women's movement says, okay, well, we're going to boycott the Masters. And the people at Augusta National said, fine, we'll do it without you. We don't need TV. We don't need commercials. We have our members, and whether you come or not, we don't care. Who will that hurt? Well, I learned that the Masters gives about $9 million to underprivileged people in the community every year, and they would just not be giving that money away, but they'd still have the tournament. They'd still have the same exact winner's purse. I wonder if the cancel culture realizes that. And I've told you right along, I am trying to find it. Again, I'll ask this because have you noticed every time they go with these cancel culture items, right? Chick-fil-A, Hobby Lobby, Goya, those companies do really, really well as soon as they get all the publicity for being canceled, because they don't realize that the celebrities have a 4% approval rating. Yes, 4%. Celebrities have a lower approval rating than the Congress. I didn't know anybody could get lower than that. But that's just a different issue. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, how can you possibly renovate your home before you sell it? Would you want to? We're going to learn about it, how a change in mortgage rates impacts your home buying budget. And yes, of course, we've got a featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter at Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Real Estate Radio is hosted by local real estate and finance expert Ron Siegel. The purpose of this show is to help consumers understand what's really going on in our local real estate market. We're teaching you the why and the how-to, so you'll always be one step ahead of everyone else. Whether you need to sell your home for top dollar, refinance and save money, or even buy a bargain in Southern California, Ron Siegel can help. Call Ron directly at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Take advantage of speaking with Ron anytime you're entering a real estate transaction. Having someone who can answer all of your questions that truly cares about you and your family's best interest is priceless. Call Ron Siegel today and you'll be glad you did. 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or you can visit realestateradio.com for more info.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Trimming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. 1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, or text My Home Mortgage to 79564. My Home Mortgage, 79564. No spaces in there. Dow Jones now down 165 points. NASDAQ down 63 points. We're going to S&P 500 down almost 16 points. 10-year Treasury, it's at an all-important point. 1.73 is the yield on that. Mortgage-backed securities, remember, the bond is down 8 basis points, means interest rates are up just a little bit. And all that information is on that super secret website, google.com. But the reason you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio is because I tell you why that stuff is happening. Well, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA, released their House Price Index. Measures home price appreciation on single-family homes with conforming loan amounts. That's important. Increased by 1% in January in line with expectations. Increased by 0.6% year over year to 12% from the previous report of 11.4. Increased 12% on an annual basis year over year. That's massive. Not good, but massive. Why do I say not good? Well, when something can go up 12%, it can go down 12%. So norm is about 3.8% is a historic area. I've told you that in Orange County, California, 61-year average is about 5.2% on appreciation on an annual basis. So when it's gone up double that, got to be careful. It might be a little hot right there. But hey, it's all being driven by demand. It's not being driven by a bubble that we had in 2008, totally different. We've talked about that. Case-Shiller Home Price Index, which tracks the changes in the value of residential real estate across the U.S., reported for the month of January. The national index, which covers all 9 U.S. Census divisions, reported an 11.2% annual gain in January, up from 10.4% gain in December. Case-Shiller, remember, they're just a little bit behind on things. They're always doing things a little further back than what the most of them are. But we're also talking the 3 hottest markets in the country: Phoenix, Seattle, and San Diego. Hard to believe, but those are the 3 hottest in the market in the country. That's the Mortgage Minute, again, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for the next home loan, Geneva, they've got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So one of the fun things about doing a daily radio talk program and dealing with the items that we deal with all the time, your house and your bank account, is we get to learn together. So it's learning time. Ron Siegel Radio. Dalip Jaggi is here. He's a technical co-founder. I don't know. What does a non-technical co-founder mean?
Well, it means, I guess I bring the technical side of the company, and my other partner brings the real estate side.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're going to learn about a company called Revive, and they do several different things, what we've kind of talked about this morning before we went live. But it's all dealing around the concept of helping bring more value to our home.
Yeah, I think the purpose of the company is to help homeowners, have more flexibility and options, but when they're going to sell the home or transition into a new home, making sure they're not leaving any money on the table. Like, that's the purpose. It's our biggest asset that we have. So we're trying to give them programs and options to make sure they can do that.
So you're trying to capture the highest value of the property, but properties are selling so quick right now. Is there a benefit to doing something different than what the average person is doing right now?
I mean, today's market, you could put anything out, inventory is low, things are going to sell. But nevertheless, if you put a little bit of effort into it, it could sell for a little bit more. And you want that emotional connection from the buyers, and they're willing to pay. That shows. You just talked about 12% appreciation. So it's always a good time to do some renovations if you have the time. But
I don't have any money, Dalip.
Well, that's where you need to come up. You got to figure it out. Now, it's where Revive comes in,
Okay.
We go ahead and we front the money for these renovations so you can actually maximize the value of your home.
So who decides what we're going to do to maximize the value?
So so what we're kind of alluding to right now is our home concierge program.
Okay.
So this is all about fronting the cost of renovations, but you're not alone in this whole thought process. You can leverage the experts on our team that are going to advise you and say, what renovations would we do? Where would we do it? Why would we do it? And out of that, we're going to come up with really a renovation plan and present it to you. Like, what's the expected ROI here? And so we kind of have some game plan here. So you're leveraging our expertise and knowledge to kind of, mitigate your risk, right? Of course, then we front the money, and then we would even project manage the service provider so things are done in a timely manner. They're done from an economical perspective, and it's done efficiently.
So am I contacting you before I contact a real estate professional, or where do you fit into this whole timeline?
Yeah. Right now, realtors are leveraging this as a way to compete in their marketplace and sort of win more listings. So typically, realtors are getting in touch with us. We'll kind of have that first meeting with the realtor. We call this the pro-to-pro meeting, where we just want to jam on the property. Like, what does it look like? Let's look at photos. What does the neighborhood look like? And come up with that renovation plan, and then we'll present it to the homeowner. Although if a homeowner, was savvy enough and, they're proactively thinking about what they should do, they get in touch with us. And
if they're listening to Ron Siegel radio on a regular basis,
then
then we're going to call us at 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with Dalip and his team.
Yep.
And you kind of strategize.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna strategize for them, with them, and then put that plan together, and they can either loop their realtor in afterwards, or we can find a realtor for them, just whatever fits the bill there.
Absolutely. So now when you're going to examine the property, now you guys have done a lot of these different renovations.
Yeah, we've done quite a few now.
So you're getting a good handle on what is going to, changing the color of my third bedroom's carpet might not give me a big return on my investment.
Sure.
Right. But changing, you probably know that, okay, carpet in the third bedroom or a kitchen, you're going to probably know which is better for me to get it. Right?
I mean, not some things are this perceived value, and there's actual types of renovations where you can say, if we do a kitchen here, we're going to get 150 or 200% return on that dollar spent. So we're kind of swifting through, all the renovations that's needed and choosing what makes the best sense within a renovation budget that hits the return that we're trying to get. And so there's a balancing act within that. And so what's
the return that you're trying to target?
Honestly, Ron, they kind of go. Some people are just doing renovations just to sell quickly. If you have a hole in the roof, you got to fix that. But typically, if you go to our website, I just did these calculations. It's around 162% return.
162% return.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So if I put in, I'm a simple guy, Dalip, and I'm not the technical person. So if I put in $20,000. What would as far as on a project? Now say 20,000. What might I get? What could I? Hypothetically, I mean, no, you can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, you can't really look at it from that perspective.
Okay.
But if we're putting $20K and we're advising it, I would say we're looking to get $30,000 to $55,000 is kind of the area we would want to see. Now,
that's pretty exciting.
It's very exciting. Now, and we also serve, so you should think of us like we want to sit as a guide for these homeowners. So if we're not looking at like a positive return, in some cases we're going to go, don't do renovations, sell as is. Like that's your
okay. So you're going to go both ways.
Yeah, I mean, we're just here to help the homeowner, and that's really the purpose of the company. So,
which is the only reason I allow people on Ron Siegel Radio.
Exactly.
Right? Because if you're just trying to go out there and sell something, you should know that all the time by now. I don't allow people just coming on here that are just looking to sell because they can sell. Mm-hmm. The idea is to come and bring a value, right? So if you can put $20,000, but I don't have $20,000 into my property, mm-hmm. and I can get a higher sales price, $30,000 to $55,000, hypothetically. Yeah. No guarantees. We don't guarantee anything here. We just talk about history. Mm-hmm. That's a good trade-off.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. I think. And so there's no.
But the thing that we didn't talk about, 20,000 gets me 30, but what do I have to pay you to do that?
So you don't have to pay me anything. So we actually fund this money with no interest, no fees, and we really give up to 12 months to sell the home. So the way that we earn our money is from the service provider, because we're talking to the homeowner in detail, putting all this strategy work. We're then designing, we're project managing, administrating, doing almost everything that a service provider would typically have to do. We're taking it off our plate. So what we're having is that the service providers are paying us for those services, and that's where we make our margin in all this.
Which is totally fair. I mean, we always like to find out, how do you get paid? Because I know you're not doing it because you like me.
Yeah.
You might like me. I don't know.
I do like you.
Okay.
After hearing a radio voice, I like you.
Okay. Before you heard my radio voice, you didn't like it. But, so the idea here is you guys get paid from that $20,000 includes your fees.
Yeah, 100%.
Beautiful. I mean, that's great, because that's the same thing that happens with a lot of different areas. So we're going to learn more about the programs, because I think there might be more than just the home concierge program from Revive. We're going to talk more about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We're going to also chat a little bit. We got that favorite home, brought to you by myfavoritelender.net, and how a change in mortgage rates impacts your home buying budget. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. No longer on Twitter at Ron Siegel, but if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Hi, we're here with Ron Siegel, the host of Real Estate Radio. Ron, welcome to the studio. Give us insight as to what your show is all about.
Hi, Eric. Thanks for having me. Thanks for asking me that question. The reason we developed Real Estate Radio is right now there is an abundance of misinformation out there. So Real Estate Radio is a show designed to give Southern California a focal point for their real estate knowledge, as well as a place to go just in case they might need anything real estate related.
So how are you helping people?
That's actually pretty simple. People need advice. So it really doesn't matter who you are. If you have any real estate questions, we're here to help. Whether you're buying a home, selling, you're experiencing a loan modification, short sale, foreclosure, there are a lot of things going on in this marketplace.
How can people get a hold of you?
Real easy. All you have to do is call. The number is 1-800-306-1990. Press option 1.
Interesting times in the market right now. Where do you think the markets are going from here?
That's a great question. All I can say is this. The housing market came down one house at a time, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build it one house, one family at a time. So the best thing that anyone can do is access the free advice that we really want to give you. And to do that, you simply need to call me. The number is 1-800-306-1990, option 1. I'd really love to help.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. The digest is going to tell you exactly what the county recorder knows about your property. It tells you what the market believes about your property. And like many, many things, it is complimentary at Ron Siegel Radio. I like complimentary. One of my favorite words, right, is complimentary. You just get it. We give it to you. You have to go online, right? Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. You get on there, you put in your address, you put in your name, and once a month, we're going to send you a digest that's going to tell you what the market, again, believes about your property, what the county recorder knows about your property. Did the property appreciate? We give you the Airbnb rate of your property. If you wanted to generate some extra money, that's available to you. So all of those things are there. But today we want to talk about how a change in mortgage rate impacts your home buying budget. Mortgage rates, they are on the rise this year, but they're incredibly low compared to the historic average. However, anytime there's a change in the mortgage rate, it affects what you can afford to borrow when you're buying a home. Sam Cutter, chief economist at Freddie Mac, says, quote, since January, mortgage rates have increased 0.5 percentage point, maybe more than that, from historic lows. And home prices have risen, leaving potential home buyers with less purchasing power. If you are watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv or the AM 1490 ABC News and Talk video feed, you're seeing a chart right now on the screen showing what 2020 mortgage rates have done. Starting January, 2.65. Again, this is as of Freddie Mac numbers, so don't tell me you need an APR. Right, so it's at 2.65 in January. They came out with their report on March 25th saying 3.17. Didn't put in there how much you have to pay to get those rates. There's almost always some points associated. This time I think it was 0.7 of a point to get that. When buying a home, it's important to determine a monthly budget so you can plan for and understand what you can afford. However, when you need to stick to your budget, even a small increase in the mortgage rate can make a big difference. According to the National Association of Realtors, NAR, today, the median existing home price, national average number, $313,000. Using $300,000 as a simple number. I'm a simple man. Here's a couple of examples. I'm going to show those to you on our video screen as well. That picture should be coming up here any moment if I can get my cracked numbers to show up. Sometimes trying to get these things to show when we're wanting them quickly, it doesn't happen. So this chart gives you an idea of what happens as interest rates go up, but also property values are going up. So if you're getting ready to buy a home and you know your budget allows for a monthly payment of $1,200, $1,250, I know I'm talking national numbers. That's $300,000 median price. We talked about that. So for California, double it, triple it, quadruple it. You can do the math yourself. So you're going to see what happens. And on the chart that's showing, it shows you that going from a interest rates at 2.75, that 12.25. Well, now when you're looking at interest rates at 3, you could probably be able to buy a $285,000 house. That's what happens. If you want more information on this, if you want the full report, give me a call at 800-306-1990. We actually did share this full report on our social channels earlier today. So if you haven't got that, again, you can go to the socials and see all of that information. That is the real-time real estate segment, again, being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Continue our conversation this morning. Dalip Jaggi is in the house. He is the technical co-founder of a company called Revive. We've been learning how to finance home improvements as we get ready to sell our house, how we finance them. And the nicest part is the cost of it is built in. We learned that in the last segment. If you didn't catch it, shame on you. But you can go back and listen to the last segment. So, Dalip, you said there's a couple of different programs that you folks have at Revive.
That's right, yeah.
So we talked about the Home Concierge program where we can basically do some renovations to our house as we get ready to sell it.
Yeah.
What's the next program?
So we got two other ones. The second one's called Trade Up.
Trade Up.
And the third one's called Sell 360. So this is what I like to think of like more like situational programs. Like let's say you need to sell your old home to buy your new home. You're making contingent offers. Our Trade Up is a program that says we'll buy your new home with an all cash offer on your behalf. You would then move in, rent it from us. We would renovate your old home so you can maximize the value of that sale price. When you sell your old home, you're going to buy your new home back from us, and that's called the Trade Up program.
Okay, let's dig into that one.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you guys are going to increase the value of my old home.
Yep.
And is that the same thing where the contractors or those folks are going to pay you?
Yeah, so it's like Trade Up program uses also Home Concierge on the old home. So the Trade Up is really about the new home and us making an all cash offer on your behalf, owning it. You move in, rent it from us, sell the old one.
So what happens when the person doesn't buy that new one from you?
Well, we're going to work with a great lender like you that's going to write it up, all the way into the end, in case they lost their job or something like that. So when this old home sells, they're going to go ahead and buy the new home back from us. Now, it does come with a 3% program fee.
Okay.
And if we allow that for up to 6 months. If it goes into the 7th month, then we're going to have another 1% fee charged to it. We don't want to hold on to these homes. We allow up to 6 months for you to, sell the old home and move into your new home.
Okay, so now
purchase a new home, I should say, back from us.
So then we're gonna obviously be dealing with any kind of lending flip rules, obviously in there.
100%.
So you have to understand that the lenders have to be able to talk to you about that, so you understand that what's going on there. But a 3% is not a massive amount of a fee.
No, I think it's extremely conservative, and just by being an all cash offer, especially in today's market, you can save 3% when you're trying to buy a home with a all cash offer with a 10-day escrow close. Your offer could come in like our last Trade Up we did in Huntington Beach. Homeowner said because of the Trade Up he saved $40,000 on the sale price. They went with him because he can close quicker. It was an all cash offer.
Interesting. Okay, that's a great concept right there, because we hear about people that are constantly looking and saying, okay, I want to pay cash for the house anyway. Right. So if I can pay cash for the house, then I'm getting my proceeds from my departing property.
Yep.
And I can go and pay cash, and it kind of works like a bridge loan that costs 3%.
Yeah, exactly. It's like our version of a bridge loan. See, we're not a lender, so a lot of our things are based off equity. So this is what we think of as like creative real estate sort of financing solutions.
Yeah, and you need that, right? Because especially in this day and age where people are having the biggest problem I hear, and maybe you hear something different, but the biggest challenge I hear from most people is there's no inventory out there.
Right.
And I'm getting outbid.
For that Huntington Beach homeowner, is a family, husband and wife with 3 kids, and they put 17 different offers. And
wow.
Then they tried our Trade Up. They found a home in Huntington Beach. They won it on the first time. So it makes a big difference, especially in today's market. There's no inventory, so people are outbidding each other constantly.
Sure. And you think about that, you're not having to pay a realtor on that second sale, right?
Yeah, so the realtor gets paid on the first sale. The second sale, there's no realtor. There's 2 transactions, but there's some other like micro fees like double escrow.
You're going to have escrows and title and some of those other processing fees that are normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And there's ways of financing those also, I'm sure. But the concept is, it's a great concept.
Thank you. Yeah, this one, the trade-up's definitely picking up some steam. And, this is still in pilot for us. I expect that it'll be at a pilot end of April. So we're testing it in our backyard and some other markets, but we really try to keep it limited to no homes worth more than $3 million. And average days on market of their old home should be 60 days or less.
That should be pretty simple in today's market.
It's super simple. I just say that to just so you know.
Sure. Now, what if there's no work to be done on the departing property?
Aces. I mean, let's sell it and let's get your home bought back from us as soon as possible. I like that because it's going to spend, our money's going to be out in the world for less time.
Sure.
Right?
So you guys actually make more money that way.
Yeah.
Just because obviously the cost of money.
Exactly.
Right. If your money is out there for the full 6 months, obviously there's an expense to that.
Yeah.
If it's out there for 45 days.
I mean, you're hitting it on the nail. Our model is how many times can we flip the dollar in a year, right? And so
sure.
That's hitting it right on the nail.
Perfect. So we're going to learn about Sell 360 when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. What the heck is Sell 360? And we've got a featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net, all that and more. You can reach me anytime off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com or call today Ron Siegel 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and BCAL number 018694452.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at RonIsMyLender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. RonIsMyLender.com.
Do you believe Southern California real estate is a great investment? Are you a little short to be a cash investor? Are you missing the Social Security card or tax returns? The Siegel Lending Team has the loans for you. Common Sense Lending is back. Yes, there's a cost to higher risk, but the reward can be great. Call today for details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 217037 and DRE number 1869452.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is easy for me to say, my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The featured home segment today being brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. Who's got the home? Where is the home? We've got a feature. I think I see it coming up right here. Let's see if we can get all the details. And can we possibly share this on the screen, guys? Because I'm sure that I'm not going to be able to make this property do justice by just looking at it here. Okay, it looks like it's a Jim Salem property. First Team Real Estate, 19621 Clancy Lane, Huntington Beach. 5 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, a 3/4 of a bathroom. Pool home with a long list of desirable features. Private pool and spa. Premium cul-de-sac location next to the park and a school. 4 bedrooms plus a home office space that is an optional 5th bedroom, main floor bedroom, and bath, master suite with a view, balcony. Huge bonus room size, 4th bedroom upstairs, 3-car garage, built in 1997, gated RV parking. No HOA, I like that. New interior and exterior paint, real wood flooring, new kitchen, stainless appliances, including the refrigerator, family room, fireplace. Wow. Price is right. I don't know. Jim Salem says it's right at $1,499,500. Let's look at some financing options. Put 10% down, you're looking at about $65.40 a month. Put 20% down, you're looking at $58.13 a month. Put 25% down strategically, of course. $47.42 a month. For those of you keeping score, and I know the compliance people are, and those that want to send us to compliance, APR is 4.355, 4.25, 225, 3.20, NMLS 217037. If you're looking at it on the screen, you can see it's a really nice looking property. I got some pictures up here. Got some aerial views up here. I don't know, Jim must have been flying a kite to get these pictures. Jim Salem, he's the agent with the property. If you want more information, give me a call. I will put you in touch with Jim. That's the featured home segment, again, brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. We're going to continue our conversation with Dalip Jaggi. He's on the line. He's with us here in the studio. I shouldn't say on the line today. Technical co-founder. Company's name is Revive. And we were talking, we've got a couple of different programs. If you've missed it, there's some great programs that they've got to help people around the country. I guess we're in Southern California right now is where we're broadcasting, but we've talked about their home concierge program. We've talked about their trade up program. I like that one. And you've also got something called Sell 360. What is Sell 360?
Sell 360 is probably one of the programs I'm most excited about. It's also in pilot.
Okay.
Out of pilot like end of April. But some homeowners, as you know, just need to get out of their home today.
Right.
So typically, they will go to an iBuyer, an investor, or cash for keys, or things along those lines. So our position in that, from that perspective, is to say, if you got to sell your home, you just have to get out, sell it to us at a 10% discount. We're going to do renovations, sell it at top dollar, but we're going to give you a fishing line and cut you a check later for the additional profit that was made between what we bought it from and what we sold it for. So we participate now, though, together in a sort of a joint venture, if you will, but the homeowner will maintain 75 to 50% of the profits.
Interesting. Okay, so one of the things I like to do, Dalip, is I'm a simple guy.
I'm a simple dude.
So I've got a property, and we think that it's going to sell for $500,000.
Okay.
So you're going to give me a check today for $450,000.
Yep.
And you're going to do the renovation work.
Let's just say we put another $50,000 into it.
Put another $50,000 into it. So now we're back at $500,000, and now it's going to sell because you already told us that we could probably get an extra, say
Well, let's just say it sold for 600 or 620.
Sell it for 620. Okay. So I'm going to participate in part of that extra difference between the 500 and the 620?
That's right. Yeah. So let's just say you maintain 75% of profit. So it'd be 75% of 120,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's
minus some escrow fees and things like that.
Sure, less the cost.
Yeah.
But it's still, I'm getting a nice benefit, and I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So I mean, it is most advantageous for you as a homeowner to use our home concierge program while you own the home. But some people just got to get out today, and so we designed this program to kind of have them still participate, and they get out, they liquidate, they get the money, and then we'll cut them a check back for the difference.
Who determines the sales value on something like that?
Well, we own the home, so we will determine.
Okay.
Before we even engage into a deal like this or buy a home, we kind of have that game plan. What are the renovations going to do? What could we sell this for? Like, what is the market kind of showing us? So this is, they're going to have net sheets and stuff like that of a couple different models that may play out. And so that's what we're shooting for. But this really aligns us, with the homeowner. We're profiting with them. And so we want to sell it at top dollar. And so we think it's a win-win in this scenario.
Yeah, it's a win-win, and it's quick.
Yeah.
Right. That's a key component to it, is that it's very, very a fast process. So I'm getting my check for it, and I'm also getting the benefit of your expertise in the construction or the reconstruction or the rehabilitation or facelift, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm old. I know what a facelift is. Right. So we're going to get that facelift on now. With the projects that you're doing, are they generally more of a cosmetic nature, just putting that lipstick on the pig, or are we doing a whole kitchen remodel or a whole bathroom addition or something like that?
I guess it defines what you define as like lipstick on a pig. But, a lot of our work is of course, new flooring, baseboards, new kitchen remodels is very common, bathroom refreshes, even landscaping and softscaping. Some things are big issues. Like if you have a hole in the roof, it's not financeable. Like we're going to fix that hole in the roof. So certain things you just have to do. You're not going to get an ROI on it, but, it's all part of it, right? I think what we try to stay away from is like pool additions or, structural sort of big changes. But if we're doing a big home that's worth like $3 or $4 million and we're fronting $400,000, I mean, that's a different kind of beast, right? Than $1 million home where we're fronting $100,000. So, but we try to do renovations that take in totality 8 weeks or less. So that's kind of like our guiding principle as a company.
Okay, 8 weeks and being that you guys already have the relationships with the contractors and whatnot, you're going to probably be able to get a lot done quicker than what I can do as a person that doesn't even know how to use a screwdriver.
I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, you're alluding to what a lot of people gravitate towards, the money being the most valuable. I think there's definitely value in the money, but it's the whole process. It's the expertise. It's understanding the service providers. There's so much issues that come with the homeowner and the service provider. Like we're designing this for a flip to make these homes turnkey. So everything gets streamlined. Like for you to do it yourself, it is an administrative headache. Decisions have to be made. You can surely, as a novice like flipper, underspend or overspend. You need to mitigate that risk when approaching something like this. And I think that's what we bring to the table.
So when you're doing, I laugh when I watch some of these programs on TV, right? Because these fix and flip, and they say, well, I didn't know that I was going to have a slab leak, or I didn't know that I was going to have an electrical problem.
Yeah.
And as a simple guy, after I watch the second show, I say, why didn't you know? Because there's always something that goes on, the unexpected.
Yeah.
Do you budget for something like that?
100%. I mean, in construction, there is things that come up,
Sure.
This isn't just like anything in life. There's no silver bullet to everything. But if we rip up a bathroom and there's some major plumbing issues, now we got to be nimble as a partner of this deal. How do we go ahead and move some of the budget to go ahead and fix those things and still try to accomplish our goal? And so there is a relinquish of the homeowners got to trust us. We got to work with them. We're not designing this to their taste, because they got to know this is kind of like what we're going for. And with their approval, we may shift the budget here and there just to make things work, And so, I mean, it does happen.
So, and as I've shared many, many times with many folks, the whole idea here, in my opinion, is when you make that decision to sell your property, look at it like a divorce. I mean, and I can't speak too much about divorce because I've been married almost 34 years, right? But you're divorcing yourself from that property. It's no longer your home. It's an asset you're trying to maximize value from, right? And you can use a service like Revive to try and really maximize that value without having to pull a lot of the money out of your pocket, and probably getting more than what you could do. That's what I look at it as, Dalip, is that I can get a lot more for my money because you guys are buying in volume.
You got to remove the emotional connection, like, to the home. Like, even if you like Brazilian teal backsplash, buyers today are not looking for that. This is a millennial HGTV generation buying group. So, you know, we really got to remove the emotions and think of this from a transactional perspective.
Great information. If you want to meet Dalip and his team, give me a call, 800-306-1990. I'd be happy to put you in touch and see if you can make something work. If it helps your situation, it's there's no one size fits all for everybody. So if it works for you, that's what we're here for. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John and Sean, who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.